Hey guys, it's Rose with Roselikescrochet. How is everybody doing? It is Saturday, June 17th, 2023, I think so. And I am coming on here with another yarn yakking video for June. So for those of you who are new here, I have short-term memory loss and I cannot ever remember the date. My name is Rose. I like to crochet. I really love to crochet. I love yarn and I make stitch markers. So go check out my Etsy shop. It is linked down below in the description box. If you could favorite the shop and favorite a few items, it really does help me out a whole lot. There is a clearance sale going on in there for some stitch markers that have been hanging around for a little too long for my liking. So I'm really trying to, I really want to make more stitch markers, but I don't have any room in like all the, you could see like there's totes there. Like I don't have any more room in there and I have like 7 more like shoe boxes filled. So I really don't have any space to make any more stitch markers until I can sell some of them. So I think in the next 2 weeks there will be more clearance stitch markers. But if you are interested, they're a really, really good deal. They were already not very high priced to begin with, but now they're even better. Go check out the Etsy shop. Even if you can't buy anything, just go ahead and favorite a few items. It does help. And I am doing a yarn destash as well. So I'll show you the yarn that I'm destashing here in just a minute. So yeah, go check that out. So what other admin stuff? I am on Facebook. Okay, so there's a Facebook group for this YouTube podcast. You have to answer 3 questions to join. I promise you they're easy and you don't have to say your favorite color is purple. We only do that to keep the scammers out and the spammers out. So go and join the Facebook group if you're on Facebook. If not, no big deal. I am on Instagram and these are all linked down below in the description box. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, if you see contests and they ask you to tag a friend, please feel free to tag me. That way I can see what giveaways are going on. And if you are not on Instagram, but you want to see what I post on Instagram, you can follow my Facebook business page, and everything that goes on Instagram is connected to the business page. So the business page is where I post and the Facebook group is where you guys post. What else? TikTok, Etsy, and I have a spring shop with Roselikescrochet merchandise like t-shirts and tote bags and mugs and stuff like that. So I think that's it for admin stuff. I did want to let everyone know I had a craft fair, I don't know, 3rd week of May. I think I told you guys about it. And it was a total bust. It was the first craft fair. It was for a church, a local church. And it was the first time they ever did this. And no one showed up basically. So I don't really have anything to tell you about because I really didn't sell anything worth chatting about. So I was supposed to have another one today, but I had a funeral to go to. So the next one that I will do with them will be in July. So I'll let you know how that goes. So today I have one package that's Happy Mail that I was not expecting. I went to a store one time. I promise you only one time. And it was Hobby Lobby and it was like a couple days ago. I did order from Mary Maxim. They had a sale, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago where if you bought 5 items, it didn't matter what the items were, you got free shipping. So I had to get on that bandwagon. and then I made some stuff for my upcoming craft fair that I thought was going to be today, but it didn't happen today. I mean, I couldn't make it today. So yeah, so let's get started with Happy Mail since it's right here in front of me. And I had no idea this was coming. This is from Cheryl, and Cheryl is from Massachusetts. And I just kind of peeked in it because I thought it was a wings package, but it wasn't a wings package. It was Happy Mail. So we're going to let's see what's, oh, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Oh my, hold on just a second. Oh boy. Okay, so I think that's it. There's a card. Oh boy, Cheryl, what did you do? Okay, so the card says, thanks for making the world a nicer place. You guys are so sweet. One smile at a time. She says, the green Ziploc bag has beads and jewelry that were given to her. 2 purple sachets beads I bought for you because I love you and you are so kind and giving and beautiful. Oh, Cheryl, you are so sweet. Cheryl is one of my best customers and I will show you how I know this. Besides that, she orders from me all the time. She sent me back my plastic bags and my backings for my stitch markers. You did not have to do that, Cheryl. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see what we have. So she said the green Ziploc bag was jewelry that was given to her. So I can probably use this for jewelry making or for stitch markers. Oh, this is so cool. So I can probably take some of the beads off of there and use those beads. Look at how cool this like crystal hanging bead is. That would be so cool as a stitch marker, right? Here are some, oh, it looks like little Christmas lights. I could use that. Oh my gosh, and then like a whole bag of purple stuff. Oh yeah, you know that. I love purple. So those are so cool. So all I have to do is take this apart. It looks like it's a bracelet or a necklace or something. I can take this apart and use those beads for stitch markers. Here is something, I don't know how I could take this one apart. It's kind of squares stuck together. I'll see what I can do with that one. And then here's another, oh, this is really pretty too. This has like tiger's eye and mother of pearl. Oh my gosh, I'm totally gonna manipulate those as soon as I can get room in my inventory. And then she said, these are the ones that she bought me. Oh, Cheryl, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, angels. I have some angels in my Etsy shop right now for stitch markers. If you guys wanna go check it out, I'll save these for another time. And then here are some dolphins. Those are so pretty. I think I might have had those before. I think they're sold out though. So look, I can make them again. Oh, these are really pretty too. Butterflies. Oh my gosh, Cheryl, thank you so much. There's another bag here, you guys. That was so sweet of you. I have a ton of beads. I'm just waiting to get room in my Etsy shop. Actually, I mean, the Etsy shop can handle a whole bunch. It's just that my house can't handle anymore. Look at how cool those flip-flops are. It's like mother of pearl flip-flops. Oh my gosh, I love those. And then we have some pandas. Beautiful. And oh, these are so cool. Are these cats? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Either cats or dogs. They're so adorable. They're glass beads. Wow. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for sending me these. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Guys, go and buy the clearance. Go and buy a whole bunch of stitch markers so I can make more. Then I got to take these apart and like see what I can use out of these because these are so cool, so pretty. Thank you so much, Cheryl. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but that was so, so kind of you. All right, so, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so now I think what I'll do is I'll show you, since it's on the table here. I went to Hobby Lobby, I don't know, a couple days ago, 4 days ago. I think the receipt is still in there. And I just picked up a couple things. So let me show you what I got. All right, you guys, I have the receipt. It was June 12th. So I am only like 5 days behind in showing stuff. Okay, yarn was on sale for 30% off, and I did not get any purple yarn. I saw these colors and I thought they were new and I thought they were really pretty, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I had to buy one of each because they were so pretty. So this is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby, and that is, it's a little bit greener than that. And these were regularly $4.99 and they were on sale for 30% off. So these are both print. I love this yarn print. These are, I'll tell you about it in case you're not familiar with Hobby Lobby, made in Turkey. The color on this one is called River Ripple. And it is a 4-weight, 100% acrylic, 5 ounces, 142 grams, 252 yards, 230 meters. They recommend 5mm knitting needles and 5.5mm crochet hook. And it looks like you can machine wash in cold. I think you can dry it as well. So I only picked up one of those because I just wanted to see what it'll look like. And this is the other one. And it's really pretty pastels. Oh my gosh. And it's called Parcel and Bow. And it's the same specs. So I only picked up one of those. So that's all the yarn that I got. I know. So then I went to the clearance section, and listen, I can't sew to save my life, but I saw these fat quarters on sale for 74 cents. So I had to get them. So there's lemons and avocados. I know you can use these to like line a bag. That's probably not ever going to happen for me, but one day I'm gonna get lessons on how to use my sewing machine, and then these will come in handy. I think. I did get a whole bunch of beads, but I don't usually show beads or charms because then people ask me to make them the stitch markers, and I don't have time. I don't have any room right now. But I did find buttons that were on sale. Okay, so let me tell you about the buttons that I found. Some of these were on clearance and some of them were not, but they were having a sale on buttons. I think if they were 99 cents to $3.99 or $1.99 to $3.99, then you got them on sale for 99 cents. And if they were over $3.99, then you got them on sale for $1.99. So I found these in the clearance section, just this plain white button for, what is that, 82 cents? So I got 3 of those, and I like to use these for my 3-button cowls, or my It's Fall Y'all cowl from Crochet with Claire. So I figured you can't go wrong with white buttons, so I got those. And then these were in the regular button section, so I got these for 99 cents each. You know, there had to be some purple. They only had 2 packages, otherwise I would have gotten more. And then these were originally $4.99, and I got them for $1.99. It is a package of 6 buttons. And I thought those were really, really pretty, because then those would go with like anything, right? Almost any color. Or black. Oh my gosh, that would be perfect on black, right? So everything else I got, which wasn't a whole lot, was just beads and charms. Yeah, and I'm not going to show them because it'll take me forever to make them into stitch markers. So that's it for retail therapy. So I'm going to show you really quick the yarn that I have up that I'm destashing in my Etsy shop. You can go to my Etsy shop, which is linked down below, and you can just type in, I think if you type in yarn, or if you go to the section called yarn, it'll show you all the yarn that I have. I did do a destash of like some hand dyed, but I don't have any hand dyed in this destash. At least not yet. I don't know if I will. So let me get the yarn and I'll show you what I have. Hang on. All right, you guys. So I'm going to tell you that I am destashing my Karen crystal cakes. And it's really nice and soft. But I will tell you that I just did a test project for someone. You'll see it probably in the next Yarn Yakking video if this person publishes the pattern. And I used one of these and it was fine, but it wasn't anything I was really excited about using again. So I just figured I'll let someone else who maybe wants them, they can take them off my hands for the price that I paid. You know, if you get stuff on clearance for $5, you still have to pay for tax and stuff like that. So anyway, I am destashing all my Karen crystal cakes. So I have 2 of this color, which is called Shea Butter. So these are up for sale for $6 each in my Etsy shop. I have 1 of these, which is called Lava Rock. It's really pretty. They're gorgeous colors. I'm just not interested in using them again. This one is called Claret, and it's a little bit darker than that. This is the one I used for my project. This one is called, okay, so I have 2 of those, only 1 of these. I have this one, which is called Coral. I have 2 of those. And then I have 4 of this one, which is called Dusk. Yes, it's purple, but you know what? I'm not interested in using the yarn. If you've used it and you like it, good for you. I'm so excited for you. It's just not my style. I just didn't like it. It's got like a little fuzz to it, but I've frogged a couple times and it was fine. So there's this stuff. And then I have, here, let me just grab this real quick. Okay, I have that Lion Brand limited edition yarn. And someone's already bought some of it off my Etsy shop. It's limited edition. I was actually going to use this to make something in my Addie knitting machine, and the Addie didn't like it. So I was like, well, I'm probably not going to use it for anything else. So I have 3 packs. So they're sold in a pack of 3. This color is called Blues. It doesn't look blue on the camera, but it's like navy blues. And then I have grays, but they're 2 different dye lots, which is weird. And then I have neutrals, which is, I think one of them is the same dye lot. It's all listed in the Etsy shop listing. And then I have a set of neutrals that this is what I tried on the knitting machine and it didn't work. So it's 3 full balls, but the one ball has a little bit of yarn barf in it. So I have all of those that are available for sale in my Etsy shop. And then I also have some baby yarn. So let me show you the baby yarn that I have. I have Nap Time from Lion Brand. I have 2 of those. So I have 2 of those. I have Flex from Loops and Threads. This color is called Orchid. I have 2, these are the big balls. And I'm telling you that these are the big balls because there are little balls too. These are the big balls, which sounds funny. I should probably stop saying that. I have 2 of the big balls in this, what is this called? Pink? 2 of the big balls in pink. And then I have 2 of the smaller balls of the Flex, and the color is called Blue. Yes, Blue Lapis. So the little balls are, let me see, and all the information is in the listing if you want to go check it out. The little balls are 6.53 ounces or 355 yards, and the big balls are 10.58 ounces or 590 yards. So that is all the yarn that I'm destashing for now. I'm going through some of my yarn totes, and I'll probably have some more, but this is it for now. So if you want to go check out the Etsy shop for the yarn destash and the clearance stitch markers, that would be great. And remember, if you can't buy, don't worry about it. Just favorite a few things, and it brings the listings back up to the top so other people can see it. So, okay, so I think that's it for yarn destash. I'm gonna get the Mary Maxim yarn. I don't even remember what it was. All I know is that it was free shipping. So I mean, it's hard to pass up a free shipping deal, right? Okay, let me get it, hang on. All right, you guys, so unopened box. This is my normal. If you're new here, I have a problem. I'm admitting my problem. I like to buy yarn online, and then I run out of time at home to make videos and open the boxes. So they just sit there for weeks, sometimes months. I don't know. Let's see if there's a date. Oh, there's a date on here. No, that's not a date. It says DWT. All right, we're gonna open this up and see when I ordered this, but I'm pretty sure that that deal is done, but they do have like this weekend like $4.99 shipping or something like that. So I highly recommend that you sign up for emails for all the yarn companies, and then you'll get like all the information in your email. If you don't want to sign up for the emails, there's a lot of people in my Facebook group for this YouTube channel that will post yarn deals, and I'm not going to say who the main culprit is, but it could be me. Let me open this box. Hang on. All right, box is open. Let's see what we got here. We have free shipping on some kind of women's clothing. Okay, we have a special offer from AARP. We have a thank you for your order, $5 off any order of $10 or more. Okay, so that's just more stuff. Okay, here is an invoice. Order date was May 28th. I am not doing too bad. That was only like 2 weeks ago, you guys. Okay, it says free shipping, and then, oh, it has prices on here. That's awesome. Let me get this stuff out of the box, okay? Yeah, hang on. All right, so we're gonna just go by the invoice here and see what it says. I got 1 pound of unbanded sugar and cream cotton. There, it says no color choice, and it was $9.99. So this is the bag of yarn that I got. It's 1 pound, and these are the colors of the yarn. That's not bad, you guys. It's red, pink, and green, and like a creamy color. So that's not bad for 10 bucks. I am gonna make market bag, or a market bag plus some other stuff with this. So not bad for 10 bucks when the cones of cotton at Joann's are like $15.99. At Walmart, they're like $10. So this is a pretty good deal. That's what I think. Okay, the next thing is Bernat baby blanket yarn. I got these each for $6.99. So you guys know, if you buy blanket yarn, The cheapest that they even have them now at like Joann is what, $7.99, $8.99. So $6.99 was a really, really good deal. So I got one of each of these, and now that I'm looking at this, I already have this color, I think, but that's okay. So this is what it looks like, Bernat blanket yarn. And the color on this is called Little Teal Dove. This is a 6-weight, super bulky. If you're not familiar with it, I know it's 220 yards. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, 10.5 ounces, 300 grams, 220 yards, 201 meters. It's 100% polyester, machine wash and dry. They recommend 8mm knitting needles and crochet hook. Let me see if it says where it's made. Made in China. So I got one of these. So I only got one of each. I got one of this, which I've not ever seen this one before. This is Bernat Baby Blanket. And let me see what the color is on this one. The color on this one is called Handsome Guy. Okay. And then this one right here, let me see what this one is called. It's called Easter Egg. Oh, that's so pretty. Purple and like aqua and yellow. I love it. Okay, then the next thing, and I have no idea why I would have gotten this, you guys, except that it shows up on my, probably because I had to buy 5 things, maybe, I don't know. This says a Nako Mona Lisa yarn in the color Sky. It was $1.99. I have no idea why I would have bought that. This is what the label looks like. I tell you, sometimes you do weird things when you're buying stuff online, right? This is a 100-gram ball, 172 meters. I can't really, you know what? I'm just going to take it out of the bag because I don't even know why I would have bought one. Let me see. Oh, it kind of feels like Karen Simply Soft. Okay, and it looks much better once it's out of the bag. It looks like Karen Simply Soft. Color, it just has a number, 98328. And it just says 100% premium acrylic, and it's in a different language. So I'm not sure. It's anti-pilling, and it's really, really soft. And I'm gonna see what I can do with it. Maybe I can make like a really nice hat in the knitting machine with that. It is really, really soft, you guys. Like Karen Simply Soft. Okay, then the last thing that I got was a yarn mystery box for $29.99, and that is this. And at first I was like, what? I did not order a kit to make a sweater, but I think that's just, they give you a pattern in there. Anyway, this is the bag that I got. I don't even really like mystery boxes that much, but we're gonna see what we got here, okay? All right, it looks like almost all of this I might like, except for these 3. Okay, so this is, oh, it's a bunch of patterns. Okay, so it is a textured vest, which is knitted, and I don't knit, so I will give this to someone who knits. And then we have Wistful Waves Lapgan from Red Heart Yarnspirations. This is crocheted, so we got this. Oh, here you can see the pattern better there. It's probably a free pattern if it's on Yarnspirations. Wistful Waves Throw, which looks like it's the same. That's kind of interesting, right? Because that's called Wistful Waves, and that one is called Wistful Waves. Except one is from Mary Maxim and one is from Yarnspirations. And they pretty much look the same. Okay, and then here is a knitting pattern, and I don't knit, so I'll give that to someone who knits. Okay, so here's what was in the mystery bag. There was the Patons Cobbles. There's 3 of these in the color Frosted Plum. I don't know what I would do with this. It's really thick. It is 49% wool, 49% acrylic, made in Turkey. It is 41 yards. I don't know, is that like a 7, a 6 or a 7? It doesn't even have that on the label. Oh wait, it does. It is a 6. They recommend 10mm knitting needles and crochet hook. And this is the pattern that they're showing. So I guess you could make like a big thick cowl. I got 3 of those in the mystery bag. And then I got 3 of these Mary Maxim glimmers. This, I don't know if you can buy any of these separately, you guys. It's a 4-weight. It's pretty nice. I got them in 2 different colors. I don't want to go too much into detail because I don't know if they're available. 97% acrylic, 3% other, made in Turkey. The color on this one is called lavender. And the color on this one is called light blue. And they're sparkly, which you probably can't see. So I have 3 of the lavender, which really doesn't look lavender to me. And then I have 3 of these light blue in this mystery box or mystery bag. I have 1 of these Bernat Softy Chunky in my favorite color, which is grape. And then they gave me 4 of these Baby Organic, Oh Baby Organic from Lion brand. It's a 2-weight. Color is denim. 180 yards in each one. So I don't even know. If I double them up, is it 100% cotton? I could make washcloths out of this, right? But a 2-weight, that's real thin. It's 100% organic cotton. So these can be washcloths or face scrubbies or something. So that was my Mary Maxim order. Buy 5 items, get free shipping. Okay. I mean, my total was only like $62 for all that. So that's really not that bad. All right. So now I'm going to show you all the stuff I've been making for the craft fair that I was supposed to have today. It's just, it's mostly amigurumi stuff, which is funny because I don't like making amigurumi, but I'll make it if it's no-sew. So I'll show you what I was making. Hang on. All right, you guys. So, I don't know if you remember my last yarn yakking video. I was telling you how I had a snake, a crochet snake, and I was going to bring it to the craft fair and see if it sold. I wasn't really that thrilled with making the snake because it didn't curl up like I wanted it to. But I was like, I'll just bring it to the craft fair and see, you know, I'll gauge interest in it. Of course, the craft fair was a complete bust, so there wasn't a whole lot of people to get their opinion, except for this really cool 8-year-old boy who bought my snake and thought it was the coolest thing since sliced bread. So I figured I better like just buckle down and make them, right? Like, I don't know why. The only thing that was holding me back was because they weren't curling, but this kid didn't care that it wasn't curling. So apparently I have some kind of a mental blockage there because I wanted it to curl. So I made 3 different amigurumis and I'll show you all of them, but I'm going to tell you the patterns that I used first. The links for all of these, they're all YouTube tutorials, will be down below in the description box. So go ahead and down there and check it out. So the snake that I made is actually a YouTube video tutorial from Hobbii, H-O-B-B-I-I. And I used a 7mm crochet hook on all of these with, most of them I think are Bernat blanket yarn. I'll tell you all the yarns that I used too. So the crochet snake is down below. I'll link it down below. And then I made these crochet mini monsters from blanket yarn, and the tutorial that I used is from Crystal at Chronically Crocheting, and her little monsters come out like this big, but I don't like making little things, so I made them with blanket yarn, and you'll see how big they come out. Anyway, I will link her tutorial down below as well. And then the last thing is I really like making the Octos from Laurel at the Dabbling Hook, and her tutorial for the Octo is always linked down below in all the videos, all my description boxes. So those are the 3 things that I have been making like nonstop in preparation for the craft fair today that did not happen. So, all right, now I got a crap ton of these blanket Ogos when they were on clearance for what, $2, $3, $4, $5? I don't even remember. These don't have price tags on them. So what I wanted to do is use up a whole one of these, you know, it's one of those big round obnoxious ways of selling yarn. And I wanted to see if I could get a monster from, so it's 3 colors on each of the Ogos. I'll show you that here in a second. So there's 3 different colors. So I broke apart the colors. I made a mini monster out of each one of the colors. I made a snake with all 3, and then I used the rest of it to make an Octo. So keep that in mind, that I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that I made out of one Ogo. So the color on this one is called Winterberry. And I guess I will show you the snake first. So here is the snake. He's coming for you. So here is the snake, and he's got this orangey rust color and then this like tealy blue color. So I figured if that little boy liked it, even though it didn't curl, I was gonna make them just like this. I mean, you can curl it, it just won't stay like that. And maybe it's because it's blanket yarn and it's like stiffer. Maybe because I stuffed it too much. I don't know, I don't care. I just wanted to use up this blanket yarn. So anyway, so here is the snake from Winterberry. Let me just make sure in case you guys have any of them, you'll know what it looks like. This is Winterberry. And there's the snake. And then I made a mini monster out of each of the individual colors. So here is one of the mini monsters. Here is another one. And the cool thing about these mini monsters is if the arms don't come out right or the legs don't come out right or the eyes are, it doesn't matter, it's a monster. So these two, and then this guy, and I gave this guy some hair and he's not smiling, probably because his hair. So anyway, so I got 3 of the mini monsters plus that snake from that Ogo, whatever, the Ogo thing. And then here is my Octo. So you can see I've got all 3 colors in there, and there was really nothing left over on this one. If there was, it was very minimal. So that was one of the Ogos. Okay, here is the next Ogo. This is Bernat Blanket Ogo. And these have the same amount of yards as a regular ball of Bernat Blanket yarn, 220 yards. This one is called Atlantic. So here is the snake for Atlantic. Uh-oh, I'm losing monsters here. So here's the snake for Atlantic. There's his little eyes. Here is one of the mini monsters. He's got 3 different color eyes, no hair. Here is the other one. His eyes are lopsided, and I actually use blanket yarn for the mouth there. You guys, the only reason I'll do these is because you don't sew anything. These pieces are, it's all in one shot. Like, you don't have to sew anything. I will do these all day long if I don't have to sew. And here is the last one, and he's got different colored hair, and he's got a weird smile, but that's just the way it goes. So I made those 3 from that one. And then let me show you the Octo. Here is the Octo. I love him the best. So cool. So that was from one. Okay, so the next one is also this Ogo, and it is called Rose Gold. So I did have some yarn left over from this one. It might be because I made the snake too small. I have no idea, but here is the snake. And he's really, really cool. I love him. These are the easiest things to make, even though I'm not that fond of them. And then we have one monster. We have another one. He's got red eyes and a funky smile. And then here is the third monster. Aren't they cute? Oh my gosh, Crystal from Chronically Crocheting, thank you so much for coming up with this pattern. And then here is the Octo. And thank you so much, Laurel from the Dabbling Hook, for coming up with this pattern. It's the funnest, easiest thing to do. Okay, then I have some more made with oh, I think I had like 4 or 5 of these, so I just used them all up. I know they're not like, you know, sea-worthy colors, but I don't care. I mean, a monster can be any color, and so can a snake, right? So that's what I did. So let me get the other bag full of them. Hang on. Okay, this is the last one using the Karen Ogo. So it looks like I had 4 of these, and I used all 4 of them. The color on this one is called Milk and Honey. And here is the snake. And there is his face right there. Very cool. Here is one monster. He's got a green smile. This one I decided was going to be pretty in pink. So pink hair, pink eyelashes, and a pink smile, and pink eyes. Can you go wrong with pink everything? And then this one right here. Oh my gosh. His eye actually matches the yarn. How wild is that? I did have this amount left over, and again, I think it could be because I didn't make the snake as long as the other ones. And then here is the Octo for that one. Oh my gosh, it's so squishy. Okay, then I made some other snakes. I think that we're not part of an OGO, so I think that they're only snakes. Let me go grab them, hang on. Okay, I have some snakes and monsters. Okay, so I found this little ball. I think I bought this at Meyer. It's a Bernat baby blanket, but it was a really tiny ball. Let me see, the color on this is called Beach Babe. And it was one whole ball. Let me see how many yards are in these little ones. 72 yards, and I had that much left. And I made a snake. So, yeah, there's his face. I didn't make him that long. I don't know why. I could have just kept going and used up all that yarn, right? So there is another snake. And then I used, the next one was from yarn that Lisa from Happy to Hook, we did a yarn swap kind of thing. And she gifted me this Sundance Sassy Spray. And it says it's a 6 super bulky. There's only 32 yards in each ball. This color is called Coastal Crush. And it's so thick. It's way thicker than the Bernat blanket yarn. This was all I could get out of one ball. It's this tiny little snake. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of the colors. Because it's so much thicker, I'm not quite sure what else I'm gonna make with them. So I didn't wanna do any more with that yarn because it's just too thick. And I can't get more than one item from one ball of that. It is only 32 yards, but it's way thicker. You can see how big this is compared to the blanket yarns. Anyway, so I only made one of him. And then I have, let me see here, a Karen Chunky Cake. Let me see which one this is. This is called, I started digging through my bulky yarns. This is called Sweet and Sour, and I'm pretty sure it's this one. So here's a little snake, and I didn't color control. That's how it came out of the cake. Here's another one, which I'm not sure, I'm not sure what the yarn is on this one, but he's much smaller and skinnier. And I think he was like a chunky cake too, but I don't have the ball band. Here is that hobby. It's the hobby that just came out that I did a review on. They gave me, I got a bunch of different colors. So I got red, green, blue, yellow, and I think one other color. And I decided to make a red snake with some yellow stripes. So I did that. And then here is another Karen, I don't know which, not Karen, it's the blanket yarn. It is Karen, but Karen blanket yarn. His eyes are too close together, but that's okay. So maybe he's just nearsighted. So I used some scraps for that. And then it looks like I had scraps from purple. So I made another mini monster. He's got 3 eyes there. And I don't know what shade that was. And then it looks like here was also some scraps. There's a snake in pink and lilac. And that was scraps as well. And then it looks like I had some red scraps. So I made another mini monster. I was on a kick, you guys. And then this, I believe, was, let me see, Color Play. I'm not sure which one it was. It was a discontinued yarn bee called Color Play, and I'm not sure which one it was. And I used the whole ball of it. So it's like a rainbowy snake there. And let me just see if I can tell you how many yards this was. This was 60 yards, and this is, I think it's a number 5. It says it's a number 6, but it's definitely not like a number 6, like blanket yarn 6. And then this was also, I love this chunky. It was a clearance. I didn't have much left. So what I did have left, I made a little mini monster with that. And then, let's see. Oh, I have more, you guys. I was totally on a kick with snakes, monsters, and octos. So this yarn, I had bought a whole bunch of this to expand on a blanket I made for my nephew a couple years ago. And I had a bunch of extras of this. So this is Bernat blanket and the color is called Mallard Wood, but this is 108 yards. And I made this snake with this guy. That looks actually, I think it turned out really, really cool. And I didn't color control or anything. It's just the way the yarn worked up. And then I have some other things. Let me show you. Okay, I found another one of those Bernat Ogos in another bag. So I'll show you. This is, I guess I had 5 of them. This one is called London, and I had a tiny bit of yarn left over from that one. So that one, I did make a snake with that one, a snake. And then I have a monster here. And then I have this one with a green smile. And then I have that one with 3 different color eyes. So again, this is all from that one ball of Karen Ogo blanket yarn. And there is the Octo to go with that set. So I think that's it for snakes, monsters, and Octos. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you guys, and if you follow me on TikTok, and I think on Instagram I already posted this, but who was I watching? I was watching Z, hi Z, and she was making these leggy froggies, and her and Pam and Linda were making these frogs, and I was like, I want to try one. And it is a no-sew pattern. So the tutorial that I used is on YouTube, and it's from Chloe Crafts, and I will link it down below. And I had one ball of this Bernat baby blanket yarn, and the color was just called green, and I wanted to see how many leggy froggies I could get out of one ball. So this is 220 yards of yarn, and I'm going to show you how many leggy froggies I got. Are you guys ready? So here, I'll show you what he looks like first. So the arm, like, it's all sewn in just like on the mini monster, you guys. So this looks like it might be complicated, but it's super, super easy. I'll let you watch the tutorial. If I can do it, you can do it, because I am not an amigurumi person at all. And this was like so super easy. Okay, are you guys ready? There's 1, hold on, 2, they don't care that I'm holding them like this, 3, I promise you, there's no screaming, 4, 5, 6, and then I almost had enough to do 7. I ran out right at the bottom, and so I found this green Bernat baby blanket dapple, and let me see what the color is, Misty Jungle Green. And so I just finished him off with that. So he's the funky looking frog, but he'll survive. He's got all of these little friends. So, and then this was the original one that I did with that hobby yarn. And I really, it's definitely like floppier than the blanket yarn, but I'm really enjoying the way the blanket yarn frogs look. So there you go. So there's the leggy froggy. So that is all I have for you today. I actually have more. I tested a blanket for someone, a shawl. I have hats and scarves and stuff from the Addy, but we don't have time tonight to show you all that. So remember, go to the Etsy shop, check out the stitch marker clearance and the Yarn D stash. And let me know if you have any other patterns that are no-sew amigurumi that you can recommend for me, because I'm not sewing on any pieces, but if it's this, I'll do this stuff all day long. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was a lot of monsters and snakes, octos and frogs, but that's what I've been doing for like the past 2 weeks, trying to get ready for the craft fair. But that's okay, because you know what? I have these for next month. So that's all I have, guys. I will talk to you later. I hope you have a good one. Bye.